So yeah, man, it's a different direction, but of course it's still me. It's still the music that I love, and I think everybody's gonna love it. And I don't just say that because we created it, but I think it's great. Everybody I let hear it was like, "This is your best stuff yet, man. Like this is it," you know. And I'm just like, "Shut up!" And then they're like, "No, seriously, like this is your best stuff yet." And I never like to make bold claims like that. I hate when artists do that. It's like new album, oh, it's better than everything. Last album was garbage compared to this one. I hate when people do that. And then the next one comes out, yeah, this is the best. That last one, nah, it was garbage. Nah, man. So Veggies is amazing, but Forever Family Con is pretty amazing too.
Yeah.
So
Black Materia was pretty damn amazing.
But that's the thing, like we always want to set the bar higher and higher. Like, at the end of 2015, I know Rand's going to be working on a very large project, and I want to be involved, and I want to make sure that that's even more, like, blows all this stuff out of the water. It's going to be tough. Like, I don't know how we're going to do that.
It's going to be tough.
And part of that is actually just shifting the directions, because Soul Veggies, comparing Soul Veggies to some of the, like, Forever Famicom or Black Materia, they're very different. So it's like, well, okay, if you want video game inspired hip hop, Soul Veggies is not a very good album, truthfully. Because
there is a song like
there is one song
that does reflect on video game culture, yes.
But if you want something that's gonna like wake you up, give you an energy, a feel, a vibe, surprise you, take you to another level in terms of like, humor, enjoyment, deep thought, like all these kinds of hip hop sort of aesthetics, Soul Veggies is going to be an incredible album for you. So
absolutely. I wanted to make an album that had at least a couple of singles that you would put on first thing in the morning as your alarm that would pop you out of bed. And React is that one for me. Like
I might use that one tomorrow morning because I got to get up and go to Toys R Us to get my Lucario. So that might be my wake up.
If you throw on React and crank that up, you will pop out of bed so fast and maybe start pop locking. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that, and that's what I wanted. I wanted a high energy, fun record, and React is it, man. But there's other stuff on there that will just wake you up just as well. I just listened to the last track on there, Another Day. We played it on our radio show with Murdoch, and it's such a touching record that it wakes you up in another way, where it might get you up, but it also makes you think and reflect on all the things that are going on and all the things you never got to say or all those other things like that. So yeah, I think this is going to be an eye-opening record in so many ways, man. We got at least 2 more videos coming for the project, at least 2 more. But yeah, man, this release is going to be great. The tour is going to be great. We're going to add another leg to this tour. So if you're not in our area of our current radar, we'll get to you, guaranteed. There's a release party coming in Boston on Valentine's Day, and it's going to be awesome, man. I got such a good feeling, and this is going to be great. So it's all about Soul Veggies.
All right, well, Story, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned that you've been part of a lot of gold records. You've worked with a lot of big names, and I guess some of that's behind the scenes kayfabe. You can't talk about it at all. But at the same time,
I can give you the rundown of a few of the artists and records that I've worked on.
Sure, yeah. I want to give our viewers a little taste of that. So.
Okay, well, some of the clients that people would recognize, if you're a fan of Dizzy Rascal, I've worked with him on a couple of records. Arrested Development, I've worked with them on now an album and a half worth of material, as well as Talking to Speech, who's the lead singer, about his endeavors in some business stuff, which I don't want to talk about quite yet. I won an award called a Spelman Award, which is the Norwegian equivalent of the Grammy Award, where they elect their favorite albums. So that got Best Rock Album, and that was by a group called King Midas. The album was called Rosso. I work very closely with a producer named Illmind, who's always doing production.
I know Illmind.
Okay, so you know Illmind. I was just talking to Maurice Alexander and his team with S1 about doing some stuff. It's a big list. I was the go-to engineer for a couple of years for Lady Gaga's producer and DJ Space Cowboy. Slapper did something like UK Gold, I think. It's a long list. It's a very long list.
So when you're not working on your own stuff or one of these projects that you've already worked on that's been award-winning, what inspires you? What do you listen to and think, this is what motivates me to be able to make music that is dope for everybody?
I work on music at an average about 10 hours a day.
So you don't have a lot of free time to listen to other stuff then?
It's not about listening to other stuff. It's about finding what else is, like, actually on some real stuff. Like, I've run into problems where when I'm not working, I don't know what I do. Like, I don't know what to do with my life. I got into playing poker pretty hard. I'm not even kidding. Like, playing poker really hardcore because I needed to find something else to do.
You're a workaholic is what you're saying.
I wouldn't even say I'm a workaholic. I would say that in order to be a successful working artist, musician, anything in the arts, whether it be producing, engineering, performing, whatever it is you're doing, that's a hustle. That's a struggle. And it's not a struggle that people really want most of the time. But once you're in there and you love it and you do it, you realize you don't have much choice. You know, I'm paying my, I'm not going to put some stuff out there, but I'm taking care of people who are very close to me from the money that I'm making, and the only way I'm able to do that is by working as hard as I do. And I'm proud to be able to do that. So, you know, that's what keeps me in that mode. I would love a vacation, though. For real, I would love a vacation.
For me, the road is vacation, man. Like, just being able to get away. It's not fully vacation. I'm still checking my email, and I'm still worried about all the things that I can't respond to right away. But getting on stage is vacation, man. For that hour or so where we just rock out, that's all the vacation I need. And just being able to sleep in a cushy bed, you know, at the end of the night. That's my vacation, yeah, honestly. And I don't do any writing on the road. That's just not my style. So I don't know how people figure out, you know, because I work on so much music, but I don't write on the road. You know, they're just like, how do you get all these albums done? You know, I'm just like, nah, man, I have to separate the writing me from the touring and traveling and performing me. Has to be separate. So I have these things are backups. You know, these are things that are so far backed up in my head that ideas I've had since 2010 or 11 or 12 that I just haven't been able to execute on. So that's what Language Arts was. That's what Black Materia was. That's what Soul Veggies is. These are ideas that I've had for so long that I've wanted to put together. And so now I'm just making up for lost time, and that's why the prolific label fits. But it's only because I'm just making up for all the time that I was in the classroom teaching and trying to work on music and at the same time, and trying to find that balance.
All right. Well, let me flip it in a different direction. I know you and I are both reading Archie comics. Whoa.
Shots fired.
I guess so.
Wow.
We're both reading the Archie comics and Mega Man issues that they're putting out on a regular basis. So for both of you, do you get a chance to read on the road as much as you'd like to?
Luckily, almost every tour I either play at a comic shop or we stop at a comic shop. So this tour started off on Monday in a great comic shop in Yellow Springs, Ohio. And so I picked up some stuff, and I'm reading Sex Criminals, which I really love. Saga is my favorite. But yeah, I'll read as much as I can, you know. It's a good time for comics. There's a lot of great stuff out there.
Shout out to Bitch Planet too.
Yeah, particularly Image. Image is killing the game right now. East of West is also great, man. I'm reading some Godzilla stuff. So I'm reading a lot. But yeah, I always make time, because you'll go crazy if you don't make time for reading. Readers are leaders.
Readers are leaders. For me, the last time we hit the road, I read the Lock and Key series, which is amazing. Stephen King's son, Joe Hill, wrote it, and it's brilliant. And that was on the comic side. And then right now I'm reading Gone Girl. I like the movie a lot, so I wanted to read the book. And I'm about maybe like halfway through it.
Cool.
I don't read as much as maybe Rand does on the road, just because sometimes I get car sick, and like we're on the road, like we're doing 7-hour stretches. You know, the venue might be mad at us for showing up as late as we did, but we came from Milwaukee, which is like, it was like a 9-hour trip all in all. You know what I mean?
Well, you got here right when the doors opened, so your timing wasn't that far off.
Well, we're never on schedule, but always on time.
There you go. I think the show started.
Yeah, it sounds like a show starting.
All right, well then maybe we should get in some closing plugs. Go ahead, Rand Story, throw those plugs out.
All right, the easiest one is soulveggies.net. That'll take you right to, I believe, the Facebook page. Also, megaran.com. Also, at Megaran on Twitter. At Random Beats, all one word, on Instagram. And just type in Random, aka Megaran, on Facebook. I'll find you, and I'll love you forever. And yeah, that's it.
Story?
So my real name is Matthew Weiss, and most of the stuff you can find me under revolves around my real name. My Twitter is at Weiss Sound, all one word, WEISSSOUND. Weiss Sound, same thing on Facebook. And then also www.weiss-sound.com on the overall internet. But most importantly, soulveggies.net. The Facebook group is www.facebook.com/thesoulveggies, and that is where I think people should go to see awesome music videos, pre-order the amazing album, get the vinyl, rock out with us, chat with us.
Watch the React video.
Watch the React video, cyber high fives. Yeah, man.
All right. Well, I think that's just going to about wrap it up. Gentlemen, thank you so much. I know everybody's going to dig this interview.